Welcome back to IGN Live at E3 2013. I'm Damon Hatfield. This is Ryan McCaffrey, and Ryan is a big Forza fan.
Big time.
So Ryan, you must be very excited now to be taking a look at Forza MotorSport 5.
It's a good year to be a car game fan.
It is.
Forza has returned. We got the very, very cool spin-off Forza Horizon last year, but this year the mainline series is back as an Xbox One launch title. So Dan Greenewalt, you've been running this franchise for years. You built it from nothing into the most respected racing series on the planet, alongside Gran Turismo on the PlayStation side. So the question I have for you is, what new details in a car can you turn into a fun thing thanks to new hardware? Like where's left to go?
You know, it's a really exciting time for our franchise to be at the launch of a console. And the Xbox One is an incredibly powerful console. So it's really great for us, but also it's a boon for innovation. As a team, we've really tried to push innovation that is enabled by our platform and services. So with this version, we're pushing cloud and what's possible there. So we have a new system called Drivatar. It's the old name from 2005, but it's an all-new system, 100% new. It's actually more related to big data or search than it is to AI. We take all this data, all this telemetry about how you drove, how you split cars, how you used the car. We put that up in the cloud, and the cloud just crunches on it, thinks on it, and can then generalize into cars and tracks you've never been in before. And that's just a new way of thinking about AI and the problem of opponents. And it means you're going to see cars going 3 wide, you're going to see guys going off, you're going to see guys that are faster than traditional AI can be without cheating, because they're doing what humans really do.
So we're seeing a good old cockpit view, the way I love to play, because I love the first person in any game for the immersion factor, and especially here in a car game. Now, which car are we driving right here?
This looks like it is the McLaren P1, which is the car that was on stage. This is a $1.2 million, 900 horsepower super car.
I'll take two, yeah.
Luckily, there's only 2 in the world, so you can have a corner on the market there.
Excellent.
So what you're seeing here, though, is this is a native 1080p. It's 60 frames per second. We've got a lot of new things going on with our shaders and the look of the car, so you can see the reflection in the windshield.
Oh, it's crazy.
The gloves are incredibly well detailed with the materials going on there, and it allows us to simulate paint, which is an odd thing, at an incredible level. So paint is actually very complicated to recapture, kind of like skin.
Metallic flakes and all sorts of stuff in there, right?
Absolutely. So what we've got going on here are 3 coats of paint. You actually get the base coat color, and then we get a metal fleck on top, and then we get a clear coat. And the clear coat refracts light in a different way, so it's subsurface scattering.
Ryan, you've mentioned before that anytime you launch a new console, if you can, you want to have a racing game.
That's true.
Racing games are beautiful, and they're great ways to show.
It's like the most obvious, because people can relate to cars, right, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, it's E-rated content, so everyone can get into it.
Sure.
And the great thing about Forza, and something that's been very, very important to me from the beginning, was to have a game that had no compromises. So we're doing things in simulation here that are on the absolute cutting edge of science, not in games. We're actually working with a new partner. We've got McLaren, of course, but also Calspan to push simulation physics like never before. But I didn't want to compromise on the ability to have kids and everybody play it.
Yeah.
As a launch title, I want everybody who even has a passing interest in cars to get in, race around, have a good time, see their friends and family as drivatars, and really experience the power of the box.
So with Forza 4, one of the big pushes was something like 500 cars. Have you created a nightmare for yourself with that standard to live up to? Can we expect a similar treatment for Forza 5?
I will say one of the reasons I like my job is that I make it a nightmare for myself every year. Forza 4 was a hallmark. It was a fantastic game for the Xbox 360. But yes, we have created an expectation of no compromise physics, incredibly fun gameplay, and also an epic game.
Yeah.
So this game, even at launch, hundreds of cars. They all feature Forza Vista, where you can open them up and look inside. We only have,
so instead of like 10 cars like in Forza 4, it's every single car?
That's right. We had 26 cars in Forza Motorsport 4 that were Auto Vista. Now all cars have it. They all have their own careers. You get that incredible level of detail. So yes, we made this a nightmare with how we built Forza Motorsport 4, and we have obviously our own big shoes to live up to. But at the same time, the proof's in the pudding. The game looks fantastic. It plays great. We're doing a lot of stuff.
Tell me about the environments. I'm seeing a few minutes ago as we were kind of coming over a little bit of a hill. There's insane draw distance. How has the next gen enabled you to think about about the tracks differently than you did before?
Well, you know, interestingly, we had sort of the front end of the game, and it ran at certain specs, and we had the in-game, we had pre-race, and we were able to kind of compartmentalize and use the box for all it's worth. This box is so powerful now that we actually can have the same car on track and in the UI as, you know, we've never done. And then the environment itself, there's incredible materials going on. So I was mentioning those 3 coats of paint.
Yeah.
We've got that going on in the street with cobblestone. There's moss growing up. There's parallax mapping. All of the stone in the structure. And of course, we chose Prague because it shows off this new ground-up built engine, DX11, 100% new. Because it has those incredible draw distances. It's got water. It's got this atmospheres of fog and God rays coming through. It really is a testament to what the engine can do, and that's why we chose it.
As a longtime Forza fan, Ryan, what do you think? You excited for Forza 5?
Well, as you know, Damon, I owned a DeLorean,
Yes,
my dream car,
I
for
know.
many, many years. So that's always my first question for Dan every time I see him, and he hates me for it. So that will be my...
I love you for it.
That will be my... if it's in Forza 5, that will go from making me happy to super happy. But I expect if it's not there, we'll see at least many cars, regular DLC, just as we've been seeing with Forza for the last couple of years.
So we found that that really keeps our community engaged. We have a very loyal community, and so having a continual cadence of PDLC allows us to be on top of the current trends, be them retro trends or new cars. And so that's been a very important thing, and we're actually going to have more to announce as we head into the summer regarding that.
And I've got to imagine quickly, Dan, that some of the Twitch, the live broadcasting, the social sharing features really lend themselves well to Forza.
Absolutely. Whether it's Drivatar or honestly multiplayer, we now have dedicated servers, so we're going to have epic, fast and fair multiplayer, and that lends itself well to Twitch.
Thanks a lot, Dan. Game looks great. Forza 5 is an Xbox One launch title. It'll be out this November. Next up, we're going to take a look at another Xbox One exclusive that will let you make your own games, Project Spark.
Il reste encore un truc à faire sur cette vidéo. Si tu as 3 secondes, tu peux cliquer ici et t'abonner à ma page YouTube pour voir toutes nos nouvelles vidéos. Et s'il te reste encore 1 seconde, clique sur le pouce vert en bas de la vidéo si tu as aimé. Si tu n'as pas aimé, clique sur le pouce vert en bas de la vidéo. Merci. Oui, c'est bon.